Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we are going to just have a little fun with makeup, and the question of the day is, what if my makeup went missing, and what would I replace immediately if my makeup were gone all of a sudden and I could only buy drugstore makeup? Okay, so we are going to do a get ready with me, and I will show you what I would buy right off the bat if my makeup suddenly disappeared. We're not going to talk about what happened to my makeup or why it disappeared. You know, things like that. Things happen, I guess. And, you know, we don't want to get into anything depressing or anything like that. I know. We'll just say the aliens came and took my makeup. Okay? Off for experimentation, and they're not bringing it back. So that's why I need to buy some more makeup. And like I said, only drugstore makeup. So if you want to see what I would repurchase immediately, a full face of makeup, drugstore makeup, what I would buy and why I would buy it, then hang tight because we are getting right into it. Okay, we're just gonna do makeup. They didn't take my skincare, okay? But I will talk about sunscreen, and I would go out and buy this e.l.f. Skin Sun Touchable Whoa Glow 30 Broad Spectrum Sun Protection and Makeup Primer. Although I don't use it for makeup primer, I just use it for the SPF. And I really enjoy this SPF, and I think it is a good drugstore option. I really don't know the difference between a $5 sunscreen and a $50 sunscreen. I don't know what the difference is, so I'm just gonna go with the cheaper sunscreen. So, I mean, if you could tell me the difference, let me know down below, because I am just going with the e.l.f. 10 times out of 10, and it does the job. It works. I don't know why Sephora sells these expensive SPFs, exactly what people are getting out of them, if it's just name recognition or something like that. But this is also a glowy SPF, which I really like. And then I've already done that part. I've already done all my primers and stuff. And then I've got two more e.l.f. products. I would buy the Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I like this a lot more than I'd like their actual putty primer. I didn't think their putty primer filled in my pores very well, but this does a lot better job. And they say this is a dupe for the Tatcha Liquid Primer, whatever it's called, and I never bought that because also that's a little expensive. But I think this does a really good job, and I haven't had it at home. That's the one thing about e.l.f. products, though. They don't give you a lot in their containers. So how much was this? It doesn't say on here, or at least I can't read it. I don't know if this was an ounce or less than an ounce, but I went through it fairly quickly. That's the one thing. I wish they would put more in their tubes, because this is the second one of these that I'm using, and this is the Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. I just today opened this up, and this is my second, like I said, this is my second one using this, and I put this over the Poreless Putty Primer, Liquid Putty Primer, for some gripping power. So I do use two, if you want to count the sunscreen, 3 primers on my skin. So that's what I have on my skin, as well as I would have to place a Moira order as well. I think most of this stuff can be purchased from Ulta, although there's a couple of ColourPop things in here I don't know if you could get on Ulta, but you might have to go to ColourPop, but I'm not exactly sure. But I would have to purchase about 4 things from Moira, and one of those would be the Moira Lasting Priming Cream Shadow, and this is in the color 02 Beige, and that's what I have for my eye primer today. And so we're all primed up and ready to go. I always do my eyes first. So what are we using on the eyes? Well, I was thinking, what's a good eyeshadow palette to pick out? And something that I would use every day. Not anything, because I was thinking Going Coconuts from ColourPop, but that's, I don't know, that's a little too neutral for me. But I wanted to be something that I would wear every day. And I mean, I would eventually go and buy Going Coconuts for sure. It would definitely be a repurchase. But I want something a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Versatile than that. So I thought of the Moira Celestial Love palette. And I can do a neutral look with that as well, but I love something with some pinks and purples in it. So I'm gonna do a little neutral pink look with this today. So I am going to go ahead and start that. And we're just gonna start off with this color called Dear Love above my crease. I'm sure you've seen videos like this before, and I've done one in the past. And I'm sure I picked out different makeup back then, because my tastes change. I get new makeup in. I like new makeup. Sometimes the old makeup that I might have picked my face changes, so the old makeup I might have picked might not work for me anymore. So things change. So I like to do these once a year or so. Would I call these my Holy Grail products? I don't know. Is that the same as products you would pick if you lost all your makeup? Would I call these my Holy Grail products? Well, no, because there are some higher end products that I would definitely pick over these drugstore products or mid-range products, whatever you want to call them. And I have a lot of Holy Grail products. Not just one from each category. Okay, next I'm going to go into this shade called Sweet Dreams. Another kind of a dusty rose shadow, I would say. I would say one of my favorite colors is pink. And this is a more toned down pink color, pink palette, I would say. So this is definitely up there in my favorite palettes. I wouldn't say it's my most favorite palette. Is it up there in the top 10? Probably. I would say yes. Especially if I'm picking it in this video, I would definitely say yes. Okay, and then I'm going into this color called Blushed and putting it on my outer corner. Then I'm just gonna blend it out. This is just kind of an everyday going out look. It also has colors that if you wanted to make a deeper look for evening time. Okay, so this is the look that I've got so far. I am just going to use some light shimmers. That's also what I like about this palette, is the shimmers are pretty light on it. Okay, I'm going to use a setting or a spray. The spray I have picked up is from ColourPop. It is the 4th Ray Do It Hydrating Hyaluronic Mist. And just gonna lightly spray that. And where do I start? Okay, we'll start on this side. And oh, this is the color Bella, and we're gonna put it on this half of my eye. Okay, that's a nice light shade. Then I'm gonna go into this angelic color, which is a little bit of a duochrome, I would say, and put it on the inner part of my eye. Oh yeah, that's a really nice color. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of this Blushed and put it on the outside corner of my eyelid, on both sides of the eye. Okay, that's the eye look for now. Then I'm going to take my Moira Statement Gel Liner. There is no special reason. I'm just going to put this on my top lid. There's no special reason I chose this one. It's just, it doesn't break as easily as the ColourPop gel eyeliners. So I like it for that reason. And it's not as tough. I don't know if you know what I mean, but if you've used the NYX liners, you know what I mean. You know. And I like it because it's a gel pencil. That's my favorite kind of pencil to use on the lids. Okay, so we've got that there. And then I'm just going to clean up the look using a makeup wipe. That's usually how I clean up my look. And I think it's looking really nice. So then I'm going to use two mascaras. One is the Telescopic Lift from L'Oreal, and one is the Revlon So Fierce Big Bad Lash. I'm going to use the Telescopic Lift one first to get some length going on. And yeah, I really like this one. I think the hype is real. I don't think the advertising, I think the advertising was very shady. I don't think you can get those kind of lashes from the pictures they were showing. Well, I don't know, unless you have really long lashes to begin with. But just manage your expectations. That's all I can say. If you get this mascara, they will give you length, but if you have short lashes, you're just going to have a little bit longer of lashes. You're not going to have sky-high lashes. So that's what those look like. And then I'm going to put on this Big Bad Lash for some volume. I think this is very underrated mascara if you want some volume to your lashes. And it also helps with the length, I think. Okay, so now I've got the eyes done to this point that I want them at. Let me just touch them up a little bit more. And the next thing that I really like is this e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. I think I got it in the lightest color that they have. And do I see a little baby pan there? Again, it's a product that doesn't have a ton in the little container here. Looks like I'm going to be making another big e.l.f. order soon. And I just made an e.l.f. order last month. Maybe I just used too much. I have been known to do that. See how I'm slathering it on? I think this helps correct my dark circles under my eyes. At first, I didn't think it did, but I definitely think it helps. I gave this product a bad review at first, but I've been starting to really like it. So yeah, I probably put on too much. The next thing I would purchase if all my makeup went missing would be my foundation, and that would be the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation in the color C1, which actually is a cool color. A cool, not, hey, that's cool, but, you know, for my skin tone. This is how I know I'm a neutral, because some foundations I really like are warm on me, and some I really, really like are cool. And some neutral ones I really like. Don't ask me why I got this in a cool tone. I really couldn't tell you why, because it is really hard to pick a skin matte, a shade match on Ulta. Maybe they didn't have a neutral, or maybe it was sold out or something like that, because I usually like to get the neutral, but I was really impressed by this, which is why I have it as the one that I would definitely pick up if my makeup went missing. Now, I don't have a concealer that I would pick, but I'm just putting some extra coverage under my eyes with the same foundation, and put some in some extra spots where I think I need it. So just building it up, really, because it has a medium coverage, I would say, but not really enough to cover up all the red spots. Okay, next we're going to do a bronzer, and the bronzer I picked was the also L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer in the shade Light. Yeah, I've got 3 L'Oreal products here. Okay, this, you can barely call it drugstore because it's like $16, $17, maybe even $18. I don't know. L'Oreal is expensive. Although I don't remember how much this one was, but their blushes, their powders, their powder foundations, their bronzers, everything in this kind of container is very expensive. But I really, really like this bronzer. And I've been thinking about getting their blushes in the same container, but I really need to cool it on the blushes. I was going through my collection and I'm like, girl, you've got a lot of blushes. Okay, I just love the color of this bronzer here, and just love the way it kind of warms up the face. Okay, let's move on to blush, and this is from ColourPop. These are the blush sticks from ColourPop. I don't know if they have these at Ulta or not, but I just bought these online and from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Invite Only. I have just got these, but I love these blush sticks, and I think I'm just really into cream. Blush sticks, cream, bronzers. Love that kind of stuff. I haven't found a cream bronzer, drugstore bronzer, that I really like though. But as far as cream blushes go, this is definitely my favorite one. And I have a lot of favorite blushes from the drugstore. That one I just bought from Essence, that Pure Nude one, I love that blush. I love my Moira blush palette. I use that often. I do like the putty blushes. The one putty blush that I have from e.l.f. I have an Essence cream blush that I really like, the Baby Got blush. I also have another blush, powder blush. I have so much trouble saying the word blush. From Moira, I think, in my opinion. And yes, I like to bring my blush up here on my forehead, especially when I'm wearing this particular wig that doesn't have bangs on it. Okay, all right, let us go to powder. Okay, I picked out, this was hard because I have a lot of nice drugstore powders, but I chose the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance one. You can see I like it so much that I've hit pan on it. So I'm going to first puff out all the wrinkles or all the creases under my eyes, and we're going to powder under my eyes. This isn't a brightening powder. And then I'm just going to take a light dusting with my powder brush and just go over my face and set everything down. But I'm going to go back over my cheeks with my blush brush with nothing added on the brush, just kind of bring that color back out. Okay, now that my face is feeling really dry, I'm going to use this Do It spray on my face. This has a great mister, and it smells like not coconut, it smells like cucumbers. And it is dewy, so just letting you know that. And then while that dries, I'm going to use my NYX. What is this called exactly? NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This one is in the shade Espresso. So I'm just going to do that on my eyebrows. I love this. I also love the Kosas Airbrow. But if we're talking drugstore, this is the one I reach for most often. Okay, let's move on to highlighter, and I would definitely pick this Moira Alluring Glow highlighter palette. For one reason, you get lots of choices, and I use all of these choices. For the second reason, and what one do I want to use today? Do I want to use this pearl one, or do I want to keep with the pink theme? I think I want to keep with the pink thing. And yeah, I'm going to take my highlighter brush. When I want to say brush, I say the word blush. That makes a lot of sense. And I'm just going to highlight up here. Today. And on my temples. I mean, as far as my cheek goes, that's all I'm gonna highlight. And then I'm going to go down my nose and on my lip and on my chin. Okay, so that is what I would choose for highlighter. And then let's talk about, before we finish the eyes, let's talk about lips. And of course I would pick a gloss, and I'm absolutely in love with these NYX This Is Milky glosses. I have about 3 of them, and this one in particular is the Ubi milkshake flavor. And these just feel so good. They're nice and opaque on the lips. They feel so nice, but they're not too sticky. They're not too pigmented. I like that. I don't like lip products that are too pigmented. And the colors are just absolutely beautiful. And this goes great with the pink look. Okay, I'm going to finish my eyes here. And if you want to stick around for that, you can. I'm just going to go under the eyes with this Sweet Dreams color. Then I'm going in with a color called Mine. It's not a color that I've used yet, but I don't want that dark brown. I just want a medium toned brown. Mid-tone brown. Okay, I am going to do an inner corner highlight, which I always use this Cutler Hush for my inner corner highlight and my brow bone highlight. Okay, and here is the final look. Okay, would I call any of these products my holy grail? I don't know if I would. Maybe the eyeshadow palette. Maybe even the highlighter palette, but all the rest of the things are just things that I am enjoying at the moment, to tell you the absolute truth. If something came around, it could probably easily dethrone some of these items, I would say. So no, they're not my holy grail items. I think that term is kind of overused sometimes. So, like, these are just products that I am really enjoying at the moment. So, yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. What are some items that you are really enjoying at the moment? What are some of the items that you would absolutely repurchase if you had to? So, yeah, would any of these be products? Would they be the same? Do you like any of these products to that level? Let me know everything down in the comments. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with your friends if you feel so inclined, but no pressure, just you watching to this point in the video. I know my videos seem to be getting long these days, so you watching to this point in the video really helps me out. Whether you are a subscriber, a casual viewer, or this is your first time watching, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here and you like what you see, I would love it if you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell, setting it to all so that you're notified every time that I upload a new video. I hope y'all are all having a wonderful, fantastic, amazing day today. But if you're having an especially hard time, know that I am thinking about you, sending you out all of those good vibes. Just remember to stay strong, stay safe, and stay healthy out there. And I will see you in another video soon. Just stay well until then, okay? Alright, goodbye.